Hello, everyone. Uh, yeah, I haven't done this in a minute. I guess it's because I haven't had much to talk about. But I just, I do, I guess, have something to talk about right now, and that is the idea of nostalgia and how it can kind of hamper change. I guess nostalgia. I've just been thinking a lot about it because I guess I've been uh, having some nostalgia for some things in my own past. And I think we all get that from time to time. And that is normal and that's good. You know, it's good to, kind of remember these things and remember the good in them. But sometimes it does lead to, at least in my own life, and I noticed with this shares campaign as well, just the things staying the same, you know, if if you look at everything through a nostalgic lens, you kind of end up ignoring a lot of what uh, is not good. And also just thinking about the whole COVID thing that's been going on for a year now. It's crazy. Um, the idea of it at some point possibly being nostalgic. This time period in the past year being nostalgic, and that is somewhat crazy to think about. But it's true. At some point, this will be nostalgic for a great many people, probably myself as well. But it's also important just to I guess why there's not really a point to this video. There's not much of a point to any of these videos. It's kind of more for myself than for anyone else, as y'all probably can tell. But I guess the you know, nostalgia as and looking back on your past and looking back on history's past is you know paramount to change. And by this I mean looking at the past as objectively as possible is paramount to change. You know, and you can't really look at it extremely objectively a lot of time, especially your own personal past. That is very difficult. But um, if if that's hard, which it is hard for most people, at the very least, look at the past. Say during a time period you weren't alive, say 100 years ago, 200 years ago, and see, appreciate. Let you know. I feel like I've appreciated exactly how lucky I am to be in the time period that I am in comparison to, you know, like I said, 100 years ago or 50 years ago for me, um, you know, because I wasn't around 50 years ago, and just looking back and seeing exactly, just I I think I think a lot of change happens when you look at the past and you see part of the bad past, the badness of the past still being around today. It's not something that just happens, out of nowhere. Something bad just happens out of nowhere. It's like, oh, where did this come from? No, it's there. It's been there for a while, and it'll continue to be there if something doesn't change. And that, and even if something does change, it still might be there. You know. So I guess that's basically what I have to say. It's nice talking once in a while, you know, just about things, and I think it's kind of, I think it's something that everyone should kind of do in their own way. For me, it's making YouTube videos for 5 people. For other people, it can be really anything, you know. I guess that's why I want to say today. And I hope you have a good night. I'm gonna be going to bed now. Bye.